Stephen, what was your overall impression of what you saw tonight?
Well, it was an incredibly touching ceremony pregame, obviously. Usher performing, Boys II Men performing, highlights of Kobe Bryant, some of the words of wisdom that he espoused upon us for so many years. A lot of those things were included in the mix. And then an absolutely wonderful speech and tribute by LeBron James. There's no denying that. But then ultimately the game had to be played. And the Los Angeles Lakers coming back from that road trip, their last game being in Philadelphia about 5 or 6 days ago. This is their first game since. They appeared to be emotionally drained. There was a lot of stuff that was working against them, and going up against a Portland Trailblazers team tonight without the services of Carmelo Anthony. Damian Lillard, who also knew Kobe well and had a lot of love for him, showed up and showed out, dropped 48. And Hassan Whiteside hit 13 of his 14 shots, finished with 30-13 with 5 blocks as well. So Portland was more ready for this than the Los Angeles Lakers were, and that's why they won the game.
Frank Vogel mentioned time being the only thing that's going to allow things to get back to normal for the Lakers. What are your expectations for them as they continue along this road trying to get back to normalcy?
Well, first of all, I certainly expect the Los Angeles Lakers to compete for an NBA championship. Again, you're not trying to add pressure or anything like that. But, you know, when you talk about having a Mamba mentality, when you talk about them wanting to dedicate this season to a Kobe Bryant, we all know who Kobe Bryant was and what his mentality was. It was about the championships. He's got 5 of them. And when you look at the Los Angeles Lakers squad, he wasn't an unrealistic individual. When they stunk up the joint in years past, he would say so. And he wouldn't be that supportive of them because he knew they weren't good enough. But this year, repeatedly, he's told me and anybody else who listened, they have the pieces to legitimately compete for a championship. So that should be the expectations. You have 2 of the 5 greatest players on the planet Earth. Kyle Kuzma is a third option. You got LeBron James with Anthony Davis. You've got a great coaching in Frank Vogel and his staff with Jason Kidd and Lionel Hollins and Phil Handy and the boys. There's really no stone that's been left unturned. They have what it takes to legitimately compete for a championship, and to expect anything less would be a disservice to themselves, and it certainly would be a disservice to Kobe. They know it, we know it, everybody knows it, and that's the way it's going to be, and that's the way it's going to stay for the rest of the season.
I mean, this was a difficult situation for the Lakers, obviously, with all the emotion, but also a very difficult situation for the Portland Trailblazers coming in here on a night that would be so emotionally charged when the Lakers obviously wanted to win this game for Kobe Bryant's memory. What was your impression of the Blazers and the performance that they put on?
Well, listen, you got to give Hassan Whiteside credit. Anytime you hit 13 or 14 shots, you got to give credit where credit is due. He finished with 30 points. Again, 13 rebounds, 5 block shots. But forgive me if I'm literally saying to you, don't expect that too often, because I certainly don't think that Hassan Whiteside has done anything in his entire career to lead you to believe you should expect something like that on a regular basis. What you can expect, however, is the explosive tendencies of one Damian Lillard. This dude is something special. In the offseason, he signed a $250 million contract. He's been a Blazer throughout his entire career. And I'm telling you right now, in case no one's paying attention, he is an elite player in the game of basketball. He dropped 48 tonight. He went on Twitter or whatever social media platform he used and announced having the Mamba mentality and how he would show up tonight. And that's exactly what he did. And this is nothing new. The guy comes into the game hitting about 33 three-pointers in his last 3 games. He is an elite player. He doesn't play around, and he closes, and he shows up in big moments. And if you're the Los Angeles Lakers, you're the Los Angeles Clippers, even if you're Denver or Utah, you can't ignore the Portland Trailblazers, who have now won 3 straight and won tonight's game without Carmelo Anthony's services. Why? Because you have Damian Lillard. That's why. He's that big time. And when his chips are on the line, this brother shows up. He showed up tonight better than any Laker did. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.